The good old dollar. It has been with us for hundreds of years, but there's now a move afoot to say goodbye to paper currency and coins, a move that's been building for quite some time.
I don't have cash in my wallet. I don't carry cash much. Everything is on my cards or even on my phone. I think the transition has been happening for quite a few years.
And what would be the new coin of the realm? Something called stablecoin. That's a digitally based currency, but it's not Bitcoin or some other wildly fluctuating crypto. What is the difference between stablecoin and a Bitcoin crypto type currency?
Well, stablecoin is a little different because it's backed by a hard asset, maybe like commodities or gold, dollars. It's backed by something. Other cryptocurrencies are not backed. They fluctuate when popularity changes. The stablecoin is designed to keep some stability and keep the price as close as possible without much fluctuations.
In other words, $1's worth of stablecoin would be worth $1, period. Now, since we have credit cards, which are already a digital form of money, why do we need stablecoin?
Merchants are interested because of the speed. There's settlement issues. So when a credit card is utilized by an individual and they pay merchants with it, there's a settlement that has to occur before the merchant is actually paid. And there are also associated fees with that purchase. You see that 2% or 3% charge. With stablecoin, it just changes the speed, it makes it instant, and merchants are able to be paid immediately. Right now, there's more than 100 stablecoins on the market, amounting to more than $500 billion in assets. But there are a half dozen of them that seem to be emerging as leaders, including one of them backed by PayPal. You just have to determine what company you feel comfortable with, someone like Tether or even PayPal. But I think the transition for individuals is going to be smoother than people think, because we've all already been accustomed to some form of digital currencies.
But what about regulation?
Today, stablecoin issuers are operating in a legal gray zone. Companies that want to follow the rules can't be sure what rules to follow.
Congress is trying to impose controls on stablecoins through something it calls the GENIUS Act. That stands for Guiding and Establishing National Innovation for U.S. Stablecoins.
The GENIUS Act would provide a clear regulatory framework for stablecoins. It would ensure Americans can trust who they're doing business with when they purchase stablecoins.
People who use illegal large amounts of cash, would that help try and eliminate that?
Well, that's actually one of the bigger issues. How do you monitor money laundering? Because when you're speaking on cryptocurrency, it's not as transparent as banks.
The GENIUS Act would also require all stablecoin issuers to monitor and report suspicious activity like money laundering. As more and more financial institutions warm to the idea of stablecoins, experts say it's quite possible that we'll see digital currency pretty much replace paper money within the next 3 to 6 years. Working for you, I'm the consumer guy, Steve Sprazier.